I believe that when you succeed, every mistake you made becomes legendary. But if you fail, people may say those same mistakes were just garbage. So stay hungry, stay foolish, stay committed to your dreams, and continue to fight. Young people are the solution for tomorrow. Young people are the answer to many of the worries we have today. When you spend time with young people, you feel their energy, their passion, and their hope for the future. But the advice I give to young people is the same advice I give to myself. Nothing is easy, and nothing is free. If you truly want to be successful, you must be willing to pay the price. It took Alibaba 18 years to grow into what it is today. Yes, we were lucky, but we also worked much harder than most people. We didn't sleep well at night. We worked constantly. Last year alone, I spent 867 hours on airplanes traveling for work. I work very hard, and my team works very hard too. For 18 years, we worked like a normal company, day and night, constantly pushing forward. Because nothing is free, and nothing is easy. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you must think differently and act differently. In the early days of my company, whenever someone came to me with an idea and said, "Jack, this is a great idea," I would look around the room. If everyone agreed and said it was a good idea, I usually threw it in the rubbish. Why? Because if everybody thinks it's a good idea, then everybody else is probably already thinking about it too. But when people say, "This is going to be very difficult," that's when I become interested. I ask myself, how can we do this differently? How can we make it unique? Today is difficult. Tomorrow will be even more difficult. But the day after tomorrow will be beautiful. Unfortunately, most people give up tomorrow evening. They never reach that beautiful day. You must work hard. Every tough day, every difficult situation, every problem you face, it is all training for you. When you graduate from school, you are not finishing your education. You are just starting your real learning journey. When you receive your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, or even a PhD, remember that it is only a certificate. Your parents paid for your education for those 4 years. But the real challenge begins when you leave college. That's when real life starts. That's when the real exam begins. That's when the real test begins. That is life. And remember this, you are lucky. Because if students like you cannot survive in the future, then 99.9% of people in the world will not survive either. So have confidence. Believe that you can face the challenges of the future. If you are 20 to 30 years old, find a good boss. Not necessarily a good company, find a good boss. Learn from them. Learn how to do things properly. If you are 30 to 40 years old, try to do something yourself if you truly want to try. When you are 40 to 50 years old, focus on doing things you are really good at. After 20 years of learning and experience, you should know your strengths. When you are 50 to 60 years old, spend your time supporting young people. And when you are over 60 years old, spend time with your grandchildren. That is what many people enjoy most. When you are still in university, don't think about quitting school just to become another Bill Gates. Yes, Bill Gates left Harvard, but remember, there is only one Bill Gates in the world. When you graduate, find a company. But more importantly, find a good boss who can guide you, discipline you, and tell you what is right and what is wrong. A good boss is even more important than a good company. Of course, if you find both, a good company and a good boss, that's even better. The most important thing in life is your partners and the people around you. The biggest lesson I learned in my life is never give up. For a long time, my opportunity had not yet come, but I kept believing that one day it would. When everybody complains, that is often the moment when opportunity appears. If we want to be successful, we must be willing to make many mistakes. The problem with many people is not that they make mistakes. The real problem is that they give up after making mistakes. We made many mistakes too, but one thing we never did, we never gave up.